life in the UK is so exciting. I've made friends from all over the world.
The quality of teaching in the UK is something I never had before in my life.
Studying in the UK gives me access to research facilities as well as world-class researchers.
Even before graduating, I've already received 2 job offers from some of the best consulting firms in the world.
I'm on my way and I've got a second place to call home.
Hello everybody, and a huge welcome to the first UK event for the Future Abroad series. We're really excited to see you live today, so many of you, and welcoming an audience from all over the world. So Future Abroad is an opportunity for prospective students looking to study in the UK to learn more about their opportunities and to network with experts working in the field to support students just like yourselves. My name is Helen, and I'll be hosting today's session. I'm the Higher Education and Science Sector Lead for the EU-Europe region at the British Council, working to extend and strengthen educational connections between the UK and European countries. But I'd like to welcome our panel today, who I'm sure you'll be pleased to meet, experts in everything that you need to know about studying in the UK. So firstly, a very big welcome to Kitty, who is the Stakeholder and Communications Manager for the Study UK campaign at the British Council. So Study UK, delivered by the British Council in partnership with the UK government's Great Britain campaign, provides practical information to international students at all stages of their journey. Kitty joined the British Council in 2019 and previously worked in the UK charity sector. And also a very big welcome to Tiona from UCAS. Tiona is the Customer Experience Manager within UCAS International. She's responsible for the experience of higher education providers and agents throughout their Myriad by UCAS journey. Tiona's responsibilities include supporting business development, customer engagement, and the delivery of a robust and valued set of UCAS international products and services. The live question and answer is available for you today, but we ask that you keep questions for the panel as general as possible. And we also ask that you use the Q&A feature rather than the chat function, where we'll be using that to post links and resources for you. So if you can, keep your questions to the Q&A box. And just a note as well that the webinar will be recorded for you, and it will soon be available on the Future Abroad site. And we'll post a link in the chat for you as well. And before we kick off, I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's webinar, PTE Academic. For many international students, English language testing is one of the first steps in their study abroad experience. And with PTE Academic, that step is made a whole lot easier for you. By using powerful technology, PTE Academic takes just 2 hours to test your English and provides accurate results available just within 2 days. Whether you're improving your skills for study, work, or maybe migration, PTE Academic has you covered. You can find out more about PTE by clicking the link that's going to appear in the chat for you. I'm now going to hand over to Kitty to talk about the UK as a study destination. So thanks very much, Kitty. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Helen, and thanks for that welcome, and thanks to PTE Academic for inviting me to speak today. So as Helen said, my name's Kitty. I work in the Study UK team at the British Council, and we promote the UK to international students, and we help connect students with universities to help further their application journey. So to start off, I'm just going to talk a bit about why you should choose the UK. So the UK has inspired some of the finest minds in human history, and now it's your chance for it to inspire you. So whether it's your first time in the UK or simply your first time away from home, this is your chance to fall in love with our ancient traditions, our modern way of life, and our world-beating cultural scene. The UK has a global reputation for academic excellence, and it's the perfect place to develop your talents. Our institutions regularly top global rankings, which means you'll receive a world-class education, gain respect from employers, and have great experiences and make friendships that will last a lifetime. By choosing to study in the UK, it's your chance to discover the very best in yourself. So in this session, we're going to give you a bit of a tour of the UK. I'm going to talk about why the UK is the best choice for you, and a bit about living in the UK and things to do with scholarships, funding, and then Tiona from UCAS will talk to you more about applying to study in the UK. So to start off, a bit about the UK. So the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, more commonly known as the UK, is a sovereign country located off the northwestern coast of the European mainland. It is a political union between England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. The UK is one of the oldest democracies in the world, and today it is a leading member of the Commonwealth of Nations, the Council of Europe, the G7, NATO, the Organisation for Economic Cooperation and Development, Interpol, and the World Trade Organization. The UK is a modern, forward-looking country. We're really proud of our multicultural society and our open and inclusive way of life. You're certain to feel very safe, secure, and welcome here. The UK covers approximately 244,000 square kilometres, and it has a population of over 66 million. England accounts for just over half of the UK's total size, Scotland just under a third, Wales just under a tenth, and Northern Ireland is separated, which is separated from the other parts of the UK and accounts for under 6% of the total size. The UK is made up of these 4 nations, and each one is different. There are many similarities, such as the same currency and language, and we are interconnected in so many ways, but there are differences that make studying in each nation unique. As the UK is a relatively small landmass, it's really easy to travel around from nation to nation, and you're never very far away from the coast or the countryside. And because it's so easy to move from one nation to another, you can explore England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, and experience their landscape, cities, and variations in culture for yourself. So, why study in the UK? The UK, firstly, is home of the English language, and it's spoken by over 95% of the population. By studying here, you have the perfect opportunity to master your English skills. Other native languages include Scots, Welsh, Irish, Gaelic, Ulster Scots, and Cornish. But people from all over the world have made the UK their home. And alongside our native languages, you'll find a range of many, many other languages spoken all across the country. Most of these non-native languages are spoken in the major metropolitan areas, such as within cities such as London, Birmingham, and Manchester. The UK is a really tolerant country where all ways of life are respected. In fact, it is against the law to discriminate against anyone because of their race, nationality, or religion. With a history of multiculturalism dating back hundreds of years, the UK has well-established communities representing all students and a deep commitment to supporting students' religious and cultural needs on campus. One of the reasons international students feel especially at home in the UK is the diversity of our universities. 20% of academic staff in the UK are from overseas, meaning you'll be connecting with people from all over the world, no matter what you choose to study. Everywhere you go in the UK, from the breathtaking scenery of the Welsh valleys, to Yorkshire and the Scottish Highlands, to the dazzling nightlife of Cardiff, Glasgow, and London, you and your new friends will get to experience the very best in music, art, theatre, film, and literature. We've given the world superstars from Hamlet to Harry Potter, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, to One Direction and Ed Sheeran. And whether you're the type who wants to get muddy at Glastonbury Festival or someone who keeps things refined at the Royal Opera House, you can be sure to find experiences that are right for you. The UK is also home to some of the greatest experiences that sport can offer. We're the nation that invented football, tennis, rugby, golf, cricket, and more. So whether you're cheering on Manchester City or Manchester United in the Premier League, watching a test match at Lord's Cricket Ground, or enjoying a singles final at Wimbledon, you'll find opportunities and experiences here like nowhere else. The UK is one of the world's most trusted and most innovative countries, and has consistently been at the forefront of science, culture, finance, politics, and more. We are the birthplace of many world-changing events, from the Industrial Revolution to the invention of the World Wide Web, and our small country continues to exert enormous global influence. Although it represents just 0.9% of the global population, the UK produces 14% of the world's most highly cited scientific research. And as part of your education, you may choose to study at a Russell Group university. Together, these 24 institutions produce more than 2/3 of the world-leading research produced in the UK. The UK's innovative teaching methods produce successful, versatile graduates who are sought after by employers around the world. The UK has exceptional academic standards, with 2 of the world's top 3 universities and a further 26 universities and colleges among the world's 200 best institutions for learning. Our universities combine traditional lectures with a variety of innovative teaching techniques designed to encourage independent thinking, problem-solving skills, and self-motivation. You will be working in small groups, solving real-life problems from your future career, whether in the classroom, the lab, or field trip. You will have access to leading technology, from state-of-the-art laboratories to interactive screens and online learning. You will have an opportunity to learn from the very best in your field. Many teachers in the UK are industry leaders in their field, and you will have one-to-one access to them where you'll be able to learn from their vast experience. And developing an opportunity to think for yourself is central to every UK degree. You will be encouraged to recognise good ideas, learn to question information and theories with an open mind, learn to weigh arguments against each other, and use strong evidence when developing your own perspectives, opinions, and ideas. It's why our country is a unique place to study and why our graduates are sought after by employers and recruiters. The UK offers opportunities for you to grow, to be independent in your studies, and to become the best possible version of yourself. UK graduates are among the most employable in the world, and employers seek out UK graduates because they've developed an excellent command of English, they are more aware of new research and current professional practices, they have more cultural experiences than students who stay in their home country and can work with colleagues from all over the world. They understand how modern business works thanks to the skills they've learned during work placements and can adapt more quickly to all kinds of professional cultures. So not only will these skills allow you to grow as a person, but they will enable you to become the best possible candidate for employment and help you make great progress in your chosen career. UK universities give their students the best possible tools to succeed in their future careers. And one of the ways they do this is by maintaining strong links with many industries. The UK is a world leader in technological innovation, and many multinational companies are headquartered here. This ensures that the UK's learning approaches are industry-led and that students benefit from practical work and courses that understand current practices and demands. Many UK degrees offer placements, internships, and volunteering positions designed to help you build your skills, make new contacts, and apply your learning in a real-world professional environment. Universities support students with a range of careers development, networking, and support while at university. All UK universities hold job and careers fairs for their students, offering you the chance to meet employers and learn more about potential careers. Although your graduation may feel like a long way at this point, you may already be thinking about what options are available to you after you finish your degree. You may want to return to your home country and continue working. You may want to travel or see the world. You may want to stay in the UK and find some work experience here. And one of the ways that can help you do this is through the new graduate route, which is a policy recently launched by the UK government, which allows international students to apply to stay in the UK for up to 2 years after you finish your degree. The benefits of this new route is that you don't need to be sponsored, which means that you don't have to have a job offer to apply. It means that you are able to stay in the UK and work, or simply look for work while you gain more experience and skills. Once you've found a suitable job, you may have the opportunity to switch into a skilled work visa and remain in the UK after your 2 or 3 years have come to an end. Finally, in this section, we'll just talk a bit about how the UK is committed to acting on climate change. So the UK is the largest producer of offshore wind energy in the world. It has put into law that it will reach net zero carbon emissions by 2050. We've announced the end of the sale of new petrol and diesel cars in the UK by 2030. We've announced plans that put farmers at the forefront of reversing environmental decline and tackling climate change. And we're doubling our international climate finance to help developing nations. There are many UK university courses and individual modules related to tackling climate change, and you can search for these on UCAS to find out more. So you might be thinking about what it's like to study in the UK and how you can find more information. So I'm going to talk a bit about living in the UK and what to expect. So starting with costs, for international students, undergraduate tuition fees can range from around £10,000 a year to around £20,000 a year. For some degrees, such as medical degrees, this may be a bit more, and you might have to pay up to around £56,000 a year. For postgraduate degrees, these are typically shorter than undergraduate courses, and they are also cheaper. In fact, most postgraduate degrees in the UK can be obtained in just 1 year, making them excellent value for money and shorter than those in the US or Australia. Postgraduate degrees range from around £15,000 a year for taught degrees to up to £30,000 a year for laboratory and clinical degrees, as well as MBA programs. So you may be thinking about what options are available to help you in funding your studies, and there are many options to help you do this. There are a few UK government scholarship programs which are open to students from all over the world. For example, the Chevening Scholarships Programme, Commonwealth Scholarships, and Great Scholarships. There are also many scholarships on offer at individual universities, including scholarships by subject or department, scholarships by region or country, and scholarships based on academic merit. The Study UK website is a good place to start with doing your research. I can share the link to that in the chat, but it's really a question of looking into the universities and the courses that you're interested in and finding out what individual universities offer. There is plenty out there. It's just a question of doing your research and knowing where to look. So yeah, do check out the Study UK website, and I can post a link to that in the chat. In terms of cost of living in the UK, studying in the UK is good value for money, with average living costs here lower than both the USA and Australia. There are different options to suit different budgets. You can expect to pay around between £800 and £1,300 a month to cover your rent, bills, food, and other living costs. From around £10 a month, you can get a mobile phone contract, SIM card only. Contract which includes the handsets will cost more. You could also buy a pay-as-you-go SIM card and add credit when you need to. Coffee costs around £2.40 from a high street cafe, and you can expect to pay between £20 and £40 a month for a gym membership. Although some universities offer these for free as part of their accommodation. There are lots of student discounts in the UK. Once you have your university card, you will be able to get discounts on everything from food to experiences to travel. And just to note as well that costs of living differ depending on where you live in the UK. London and other major cities will be more expensive, so that's something to take into account when you're looking for a university in your course. There are different types of student accommodation in the UK, and it's a good idea to explore the different options and contact your university for help and advice. So in terms of the main types of student accommodation, university-owned accommodation, also known as halls of residence, is often shared flats of around 4 to 6 people. These are a great way to make friends and are often really close to campus. Bills are usually included in the cost of rent, and there may be on-site security to help you feel safe and secure. You can choose between self-catered accommodation, where you cook all your own meals in a shared kitchen, or self-catered accommodation, where breakfast and evening meals are included in the cost of your rent. Private halls often have newer facilities and may be in a central location. Bills are also usually included in the cost of your rent. These are primarily self-catered and have on-site staff. There may also be the option of studio apartments if you want more space to yourself. Many international students choose private accommodation, and as it can be a bit quieter than university campus accommodation and have newer facilities. You can also opt for your own private accommodation. This gives you more independence with flexibility over your location and rent costs. You can live with who you choose and share responsibility for bills. In the UK, it is common for undergraduates to live in university-owned accommodation for their first year and then move into private rented accommodation in their second, third, and fourth years. It's also possible to find a homestay in the UK. This means you would live with a UK family, and it's an opportunity to improve your English and experience UK culture firsthand in a homely environment. So when planning your accommodation, think about what you need and what you can afford. Your university will provide you with information on your accommodation options, so do contact them for help and advice. Some accommodation options will be more popular than others and will fill up really quickly. So if you're looking for something specific, for example, an ensuite bathroom, it's recommended that you apply as soon as possible. But there will always be options available to you, whatever you decide, and you'll always be able to find something last minute if you need to. You can find all kinds of international food and cuisines in the UK, with a large and exciting range of restaurants, takeaways, and food halls. Supermarkets and specialist shops stock a range of international foods, including kosher and halal. They also cater to vegetarian, vegan, and specialist diets. To drink alcohol in the UK, you must be over the age of 18, and all pubs, bars, and restaurants offer a wide range of non-alcoholic drinks. And you can drink the tap water in the UK, in case you're wondering. Travel is simple and affordable in the UK, allowing you to visit every part of this beautiful country with ease. The UK is also a popular international destination for business, tourism, and study. And as such, it is exceptionally well connected to the wider world. The UK has more than 40 airports with daily international flights to all continents, daily rail and sea connections to mainland Europe, excellent road and rail infrastructure, and a first-class public transport system. You can expect to pay around £70 or up to £130 for a monthly domestic travel pass, and flights to major European destinations could cost you as little as £10 if booked in advance. Remember that there are lots of discounts for students on travel in the UK, so do sign up for a rail card when you first arrive. You might be wondering if you can work part-time in the UK while you're studying. So if you're over 16 and you have the right visa, it is easy to find a part-time job while you are studying here. For most courses, if you're on a student visa, you'll be allowed to work for up to 20 hours a week during term time. But before you consider looking for work, check your visa and residence permit paperwork, which will state how many hours a week you are allowed to work during term time, and check with your university to see if it has any rules or restrictions on what kind of work you can do or the hours that you can work. For example, some universities may only allow you to work inside the student campus. For more information, there's lots of information on UCAS's website. I'll pop the link in the chat to that as well when I finish speaking. So just before I finish, I'd just like to touch on the health and safety and wellbeing support that you get in the UK. A warm welcome is really waiting for all international students here. The UK is a very safe country with low levels of crime and violence. Your university will provide you with an orientation session when you arrive, and this will include a briefing about keeping safe. There are community-based police officers and campus-based security staff that can also give you practical and reassuring advice about your personal safety. And there are plenty of staff at your university that are on hand to answer any questions that you may have. There are loads of people you can turn to for support. You'll be in contact with staff at your university's international office long before you arrive, and they can help you with tailored advice about your visa, finding accommodation, and more. When in the UK, you'll be assigned a personal tutor each year who can help you with any problems or advice relating to your studies. There are lots of other places you can turn to, such as the Students' Union, your University Wellbeing Service, your accommodation team, and more. So don't be afraid to ask for help when you're here. The UK's NHS, or National Health Service, is one of the most advanced healthcare systems in the world, providing first-class treatment and support, which you will be able to access while you're in the UK. International students are able to access the NHS because as part of your visa application, you pay an immigration health surcharge, which allows you to access the NHS for all its services, including consulting a doctor, accident and emergency services, accessing the COVID-19 vaccine, and there may be certain things that are chargeable, just like they are for UK nationals, such as prescription services. But to find out more about that, you can visit the NHS website. The NHS also offers guidance and treatment for anything related to COVID-19. So if you're worried about that, please rest assured that you will always get treatment for COVID-19 in the UK if you do need it. Your well-being is really our top priority here, and you can be sure to feel safe, secure, and supported while you're studying here. So I know I've covered a lot of information today, so just to sum up, why studying in the UK is the best decision you can make. We are the home of the English language, one of the most popular and trusted study destinations for international students, home to some of the world's greatest cultural events, and a place for you to make memories that will last a lifetime. And it's a place for you to become the most employable, most confident, and the best possible version of yourself. I'll be looking at the Q&A now, so please do pop any questions for me in the chat and I'll be around to answer those later. For all information about studying in the UK, you can visit our website, which is on screen there, and follow us on all of our social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We've also launched a new TikTok channel, if that is your channel of choice. So do check out Study UK, and thank you for listening.
Thanks so much, Kitty. It was an excellent overview that I'm sure has really helped all the students on the line today and shown us what the UK has to offer them as international students. I'm going to ask Tiona now from UCAS to join us to discuss the practicalities of applying to study in the UK, and then we'll get to some of your questions. So Tiona, over to you.
Thanks, Helen, and thank you for the introduction. Also, well, hello everyone, greetings from Cheltenham, UK. It's really great to join you today. And thank you, Pearson PT, for organising this webinar and having me. Hopefully everyone can see my screen okay. I'm working on multiple screens, so it's always a bit tricky. But my name is Tiona Drock, and one of the focuses of my role as International Experience Manager within UCAS and within Myriad is to enhance and improve the application journey of international students such as yourselves. So following all of the valuable information that Kitty kindly shared about studying in the UK, I will guide you through the application process if you do wish to study at a university in the UK. So firstly, who are UCAS? You might have heard of UCAS from either your friends or from your research that you've conducted about UK higher education. UCAS is an independent non-profit charity, and it is the UK centralised admission service for undergraduate higher education. We do process over 500,000 applications each year, and that includes over 130,000 from international students. We also recently launched a postgraduate education platform for international students. This is called Myriad by UCAS, and it is our one-stop shop application platform for international students who wish to gain a place on a postgraduate course in the UK. So as a charity, we pride ourselves on providing impartial information and guidance to potential students. Our role is to empower you and put you at the heart of the application process by equipping you with essential advice. We don't decide on applications or advise students where to apply or which institution to choose as their firm and insurance choices, because these decisions are obviously very personal to you based on your ambitions, preferences, and your research. We're also not responsible for advising and answering questions regarding visas and student financings, simply because information on these subjects is available from other government bodies and organisations that work independently from UCAS. However, if you do need to access information regarding visa applications and student finance, or to check your international qualifications, UK equivalency, you can find a lot of information on our website. There are links to the Student Visas Government website, the UK Council for International Student Affairs, UCISA, that Kitty also mentioned, and UK ENIC, which is the UK National Information Centre for the recognition and evaluation of international qualifications. Next, we're going to look at some key facts regarding the undergraduate application. So the UCAS application is entirely online through the UCAS Hub, where you can fill in the application form and send this via UCAS to up to 5 universities or colleges of choice. We encourage you to apply to multiple universities, but you can also apply to more than one course within one university. So for example, you can apply for 2 courses within one university and then use your other 3 choices to apply for a similar course at 3 other universities. This is a general rule, of course. However, there are restrictions for specific subjects. So you have medicine, veterinary science, and dentistry. So due to the high demand, we limit the number of choices to just 4 for these specific areas. But that is not to say that applicants can't use their 5 choices. You can. You can use your 5th choice for a similar type of course. So for example, someone interested in medicine may choose biomedical science at a university as their 5th choice. We do charge a small application fee to each student for using our service. So if you pick one choice to apply to, the application fee is £22. And for more than one choice, the application fee is £26.50. So if you only apply to one course initially, but you do want to add another choice or another 4 choices, you just need to pay the extra £4.50 application fee. If you did not use all your 5 choices in your initial application, you can sign into your application and add another course as long as you do it before the 30th of June and you have not accepted or declined any offers. The equal consideration deadline ensures that all applications are considered equally and not on a first come, first served basis. And finally, invisibility means that the applicant's choices are not visible to other institutions. So admissions tutors cannot see the applicant's other option until the student confirms their firm and insurance choices. The UCAS application process generally starts in May, so approximately 18 months before the academic year. And I've seen a question about the 2023 cycle, which will start on Tuesday, the 3rd of May, 2022. There are a few other deadlines coming up after that. So the 15th of October represents the deadline for applications to Oxford, Cambridge, and some specialist courses such as medicine. The 26th of January is the equal consideration deadline for all other programs. And after the January deadlines, there are still a lot of programs that remain open for applications throughout the summer. And you'll see that the 30th of June is our application deadline for the main application system. But after the June deadline, we run a separate system called Clearing to help you find places in the remaining vacancies in the summer. But it is important to note that all of the deadlines are in UK time and the closing time is 6 p.m. UK time. Moving on to the application journey, these are typically the steps that students go through. Every student will have a different journey to UK higher education, and it is important that you give yourself plenty of time to research the universities and courses available to you. Obviously, going to university and studying abroad are big decisions, so it's important to think carefully about what you want to study and how this can shape your future. You need to showcase why you are passionate about specific subjects, and you need to collect enough evidence to get started and back up your application. As part of your application, you will be required to write a personal statement, which is designed to highlight your ability, motivation, and potential. The UCAS Hub has a personal statement builder that you can use to draft your statement and to ensure that this makes you stand out to your chosen universities. Once the application is complete and ready for submission, you should check this again, and then it can be submitted to the selected choices. The chosen institutions will then receive the application via UCAS and will review this accordingly. I'm going to focus on the personal statement next. Who is reading the personal statement? It's generally an academic or admissions tutor at a university, and they're obviously experts in their subjects. We know that students are usually worried about their personal statements, but we are here to help. Here are some useful snippets from admissions tutors on what students should consider when writing a personal statement. You have a limit of 4,000 characters or 47 lines, whichever one you reach first. You're also only allowed to submit one personal statement per UCAS application. So you need to ensure that your statement is relevant to all the courses that you're applying to, and avoid mentioning institutions' names. You should focus on showing the institutions that you are a desirable candidate. We encourage you to add evidence to your statement, including extracurricular activities, any key academic achievement that help you develop your knowledge in the subject of your interest. And it's also important to show passion for the subject that you're interested in, and obviously motivation to further your knowledge. We advise that students are positive, concise, and authentic when writing a personal statement. There are many resources and videos on the UCAS Hub which can help you build a strong personal statement. Another important part of your application is, of course, the reference. The reference should be a realistic summary of your achievements, your performance in future exams, and a reflection of your suitability for the courses that you have applied for. The reference should, of course, support and complement the information provided in the personal statement. And the admissions officer will use the reference to help distinguish between applicants. We recommend that one of your current teachers, tutors, principals, or head teachers write the reference for you. However, if you've left education years ago, an employer, volunteering supervisor, or trainer can write the reference for you. As with a personal statement, the limit for the reference is 4,000 characters or 47 lines, whichever one comes first. So finally, once an application is completed and submitted, a university can make 3 decisions: an unconditional offer, where you have met all the course requirements and are offered a guaranteed place on the course; a conditional offer, where you are offered a place on the course provided that you will meet specific requirements and conditions. These can be academic conditions, further examinations, interviews, portfolios, English language tests, etc. A conditional offer is the most common offer that we tend to see in the UK, both for the UK and international candidates. This is because most applicants will not have finished their upper secondary education at the time of application. And one of the conditions will be for you to meet specific grades in your final examinations. And unsuccessful, sadly, you are not offered a place on the course. So once you receive your decisions from the university, you need to reply to these and select a firm choice, an insurance choice, and decline all of the other offers. We advise that the firm choice should be your most desired university. If you meet all of their conditions, you will then be guaranteed a place here. The insurance choice should generally be the university with lower conditions, because if you don't meet the conditions of the firm choice, you'll be guaranteed a place on the course in your insurance choice. However, there are also other options for you to consider. So if you've used all 5 choices and you have no offers, or you've changed your mind and declined all of your offers, you can add extra choices for considerations, one at a time. So we recommend that you get in touch with institutions before submitting your extra choices to ensure that there are still places on your desired courses. Likewise, if you have not met the conditions of an offer or don't hold any offers, clearing can be used as another way of applying to university. So this is open after the 30th of June deadline, like I said earlier. And as with extra, you will need to speak to institutions first. So in clearing, institutions make verbal offers over the phone. And with this confirmation, you can then submit your choice and get a place on your desired course. And that was a whistle-stop tour of the undergraduate application process. And now I'm going to move on to our new postgraduate application platform that is called Myriad by UCAS. So what is Myriad by UCAS? It is our brand new platform for international students who wish to gain a place on a postgraduate taught course in a UK university. This is a free app and it is available to download on Android and iOS devices alongside our web app. Myriad provides a single postgraduate gateway under the trusted UCAS brand. And the mission of Myriad is to enhance the application journey and decision-making process by creating a student-centric one-stop shop platform. So within the Myriad by UCAS app, you can research universities and find postgraduate courses from over 90% of eligible providers. These are around 227 providers who recruit international students and offer postgraduate taught programs. You will find the same level of unbiased and impartial information, advice and guidance as on the main UCAS website, but with a focus on international students and tailored to your needs. You have the option to refer to providers' websites for direct applications. However, we do work with several advanced service providers, and you can create applications within the platform for these providers. We work in collaboration with Pearson to offer you Myriad English. And this is a service that offers you more information about English language tests and the Pearson PTE academic in particular. So you find information about how to evaluate your level of English, how to boost academic English before starting university, and finally, how to book and prepare for the Pearson PTE academic test. You can use the Myriad app to search for and get matched to scholarships and funding. There are currently over 2,500 scholarships within the app, and they span both undergraduate and postgraduate levels. You also have the accommodation finding tool and the job search tool, which can help you find a room and a role close to your university. How does Myriad work, you ask? It's very simple. It's a very streamlined journey. You download it from the App Store, either on Android or iOS, or you will type in our website in your browser, fill in your profile data and create a profile, search for courses and choose your favorite. And then you can start applying directly on the university website or in the app. And you also have the option to search for scholarships, jobs, housing, and of course, Myriad English. And we do have a lot of information to help you. We know how important the decision to go to university is, especially for international students. So that's why we have additional help for you. We have a customer experience center, and my colleagues are really friendly and always more than happy to help answer any questions you may have. But we also have various social media channels where we share useful snippets of information. And that's it from me. I hope that this session was helpful and informative, and I will be taking questions at the end.
Thanks, Tiona. That was super and really useful practical advice that I'm sure people are going to find really helpful if they choose to pursue an application to the UK undergraduate or postgraduate. And glad to see we've got Kitty joining us again. Hi, Kitty. We'll delve a little further now into some of the topics that you've both kind of briefly touched on in your presentations. So first off, if we look at some of the questions that have come in as people were registering for today's event, Kitty, if I start with you, that's okay. Obviously, we find ourselves in different kind of situations with the COVID pandemic, depending on where we are in the world at the moment. But I think some of the students are interested to know what the current rules are for students travelling to the UK in light of COVID-19. Are you able to say anything about that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, the first thing to say really is that the travel rules are always subject to change. So students should always check the latest rules making their plans, and especially ahead of, September, we don't really know what the situation will be then. However, at the moment, there are no COVID requirements for entering the UK. You don't have to take a test, you don't have to fill in a form or quarantine on arrival, regardless of your vaccination status. This is because the UK government has moved into the next phase of its Living with COVID plan, and it does not require anyone to take a test or to do anything related to COVID-19. However, there may be rules you need to follow in your own country, so always make sure you check those. And one thing I would always recommend is that students stay in touch with their university for support. This has been really important during the pandemic, as universities offer students sort of tailored guidance on when they should travel to the UK, what the restrictions are, and especially as guidance can, if there are restrictions in place, guidance can differ between different parts of the UK. So England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland all have slightly different rules. So always stay in touch with your university and they'll be able to give you the latest guidance and support.
Thanks, Kitty. I think that'd be reassuring for many on the call. And Tiona, a question for you now. So both you and Kitty actually talked a little bit already about fees and scholarships, but we did get some questions about scholarships. So I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about what might be on offer to international students and where people can go for more information.
Yeah, so there's a lot of scholarships in the UK. There are either university scholarships or third-party scholarships, such as the Shevening Scholarship. But it is tricky about scholarship is that you have to do a bit of work to find out about what is on offer for you, and that's where sort of Myriad comes into play, where we tried to add and centralize a lot of information on scholarships. So as I said, there's a lot of undergraduate and postgraduate scholarships. We have over 2,500 scholarships within the platform that you can search for. But, as I said, there are a lot of scholarships available at university, so you can go to them directly, or you can do your own research individually, but also see what scholarships are available in your country. I know some countries offer students some financial aid if they do decide to study, even if they do decide to study abroad. So definitely put in a lot of research, and there is a lot of information to sort of go through.
Thanks, Tiona. And Kitty, does Study UK have any information around scholarships for students in case they're checking out your website?
Yes, absolutely we do. We've got a website on scholarships which has some information on what's available and how you can find it. We're also making some updates to our website, and we're looking to have a scholarship search launch in the next few months. So do check back then for more information on that, because there'll be a kind of redesigned website with some more information on scholarships there. But yes, I think someone's just posted the link to our scholarships pages in the chat.
Perfect.
As Tiona said, I think my main piece of advice is really to sort of do your own research, find out what's right for you, check different university websites. There's sort of no one place where everything is hosted, so there's no kind of one-stop shop answer to scholarships. It's really a question for looking at what's right for you and what's available to people from your country. Some governments also offer their own scholarships, so do check your own government website, because there's information there as well. So yeah, there's lots of different places where information is hosted about scholarships, and it really is a question of sort of doing your own research.
Thanks, Kitty. And sticking with you for the next question, because I remember in your presentation you mentioned things about sports and music and other kind of extracurricular opportunities, I suppose, in the UK. Do you have any tips for students about what they might be able to do alongside their studies, or how they might be able to seek out further opportunities?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a good place to start with that is Freshers Week or Welcome Week. So when students first arrive in the UK, there's a sort of week of activity. Sometimes it goes on for 2 weeks, and it's, you know, where there are fairs and events to really help you to see what's on offer. I mean, every university has hundreds of societies and clubs and extracurricular activities. There's really so much you can get involved in, whether you're interested in sports or languages or music or drama, or whether you want to meet, you know, other international students. Every university has a sort of international society where you can connect with other students. In that way, some also have societies for students from individual countries. There might be an India society or a Nigerian society. So there really is loads of things and ways to get involved. So yeah, Welcome Week is a good place to start. There are both online and face-to-face activities where you can find out more about what's available to you. But it's not just down to that week, you know, you can get involved in things throughout the year, really. And a good place to start is the Students' Union, actually, for that. The Students' Union is a place, it's like a part of the university which is run by students. So it shares all of the latest kind of information for students. It's kind of run by students for students to represent their own interests at the university, and it offers a lot of ways to get involved in extracurricular activities there. So yeah, there's really is so much on offer. So do sort of dive in as soon as you get to university, but there's ways to get involved throughout your studies if you want to take up anything new. So yeah, that's
great news. And I'm sure students can set up their own clubs as well, if it doesn't exist already. So lots of opportunities.
Absolutely.
Speaking of kind of what people do, you know, alongside their studies, Tiona, we mentioned it a little bit. We've had some questions. Can students work while they're studying in the UK? I think Kitty did touch on it, but Tiona, if you wouldn't mind just kind of going over some of that again, I think people would be interested.
Yes, of course. Yeah. So students can work during their university, but you do need to be aware of the restrictions that your visa can impose on this. So I think Kitty also mentioned, you know, if you're over 16 and you're on a student visa, you can work up to 20 hours a week in term time, but that might not be the case for students who might have EU settlement in the UK. So, you know, they might be able to work full time. So it's really important to check with your university. As Kitty said, if they have any restrictions, check your visa restrictions as well. And there is a lot of help and a lot of resources within the career services in universities as well. So it's really good to go and see them as well and speak to them, speak to a career counsellor, see what's available to you, and they can support you with building your CV, preparing for interviews, so on and so forth. So there's a lot of help at your university. So do seek out that help.
Yeah, that's a great point, Tiona. And I think as well as the career service, I think people should rest assured that the international offices are extremely supportive as well in the UK. You know, you don't have to do any of this on your own. They've helped many students before you. So any questions won't be new ones to them. Kitty, if we stay on the topic of jobs and employability, is there any more you could say to the audience about kind of support that international students in the UK get with that kind of life after study?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I touched on this a bit, but universities do offer a range of sorts of placements, internships and volunteer work as part of your studies. If you don't have a work placement as part of your degree, for example, there are still ways that you can benefit from these services. You can, do an internship in your summer holiday if you wanted to. You can do some volunteering as part of the university. And it's, again, some of the reasons why UK graduates are really employable is because they've had that sort of hands-on experience during their studies. In terms of how to find these opportunities, this really does start from when you start looking for your course. So you can see when you apply if a course comes with a work placement, which could be a full year or it could be a semester or up to 6 months. But yeah, if your course doesn't include a work placement, that doesn't mean that these opportunities won't be available to you. And then once you arrive at university, I would really recommend international students engage with their careers service as soon as possible. There are plenty of, there's plenty of advisors. Some universities also have dedicated advisors for international students, not just kind of domestic students and the general student population. There is specific advice for international students about making the most of your UK education. And then when you come towards the end of your studies, Study UK offers a free online course for final year international graduates, and final year international students and recent graduates to help you make that transition and help you best utilise your education as you set about the world of work. I'll share the link to that in the chat. But yeah, I mean, I would really just advise students to kind of think about it during your studies, not just kind of at the end of your studies, to really engage with your career service and make the most of the opportunities and support that's on offer.
That's great. Thanks, Kitty. Really good advice. And it's probably worth adding that for anybody who does study in the UK from overseas, who is an international student, there's a big alumni UK network as well, where you'll get lots of career support once you've graduated, be it mentoring or events, activities, links up with employers. So that connection with the UK will go on throughout your working life as well. If we move our attention back to that application process, Tiona, you mentioned in your presentation some critical dates. It might just be worth, if you wouldn't mind mentioning some of these for the 2023 applications again, if you don't mind.
Yes, of course. So the Tuesday, 3rd of May 2022 will be the start of the new application cycle. So students will be able to register and start their applications for 2023. However, they won't be able to submit them until later in the year. So you can use this period from May to, I think it was September, let me just check. Yes, Tuesday, the 6th of September 2022 to research, start your application, start working on your personal statement and, get your references in place. And then from Tuesday, the 6th of September 2022, you can pay and send your completed applications through to UCAS.
That's great. Useful to have those. I'm sure people are jotting that down, but it'll be in the recording for everyone as well, in case you didn't catch it. And Tiona, sticking with you again, are there minimum English language requirements to study in the UK, or does this differ between countries and institutions? We've had a few questions about English language requirements.
Yes, so there are English language requirements, but there aren't, there isn't an umbrella English language requirement in the UK. So every single institution will have different English language requirements, and they will be even different at programme level as well. Some programmes might require higher English language levels than others. So it is really important to, as I think Kitty and I both said, do your research, read on the programmes that you want to go for. Go onto the institutions pages, go onto the country pages as well, because most of the UK institutions, if not all, have individual country pages that will have the English language requirements for that country. And then I would also advise to look at subject level as well, just to see what the English language requirements are for that, just in case they might be different. And I would also say speak to the institutions as well. Don't be afraid. I know it's quite daunting to ring them and speak to them, but most of them have maybe live chats, or if you don't want to ring them, you can write to them on Facebook or Instagram, and someone will be able to get back to you with more information. So do get in touch with them. They're very, very versed in what they do. They know, all the international requirements. So, and they're very friendly. They won't bite you. So definitely do engage with the institutions as well.
Yeah, I hear this message about do your research, get in touch is coming through loud and clear from both you and Kitty. Kitty, talking about doing research, doing homework before coming, we've had some questions about visas. So can you signpost people where they might be able to find out a bit more about visa requirements for the UK?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we have some information on Study UK, which points to the latest information. I mean, the gov.uk, so the UK government website, has all of the information that you'll need to know about your student visa. It also, you know, if you're not sure about what visa is most suitable for you, it's got information there about what's right for you. So I can signpost the links to those in the chat. I would also recommend a couple more sources of information. So the UCAS website, so that's UKCISA, has a lot of really detailed information about visa advice for international students. There's loads of important information there which can help you. And yeah, finally, your university, again, Tiona and I have said it already, but your university has dedicated immigration advisors that can help. So once you have received your offer from your university and you've accepted it, then's the time to start thinking about your visa application. You can apply for a visa, I think it's up to 6 months before you study. So you can start thinking about that once you have your offer. So yeah, I'll post links to those in the chat, but definitely the gov.uk and UCAS websites, in addition to your university, is the best place to start.
Conscious of time now, but I do want to go back to Tiona just to ask if there's any kind of further support available for students who have questions about personal statements or reference requirements or any of this. Could you give them a bit of signposting for that?
Yes, so we do have the UCAS Customer Experience Centre. I will send the contact details to our colleagues at Pearson, and they'll be able to share them with students. Yeah, I would say again, you know, give us a ring or speak to us. We've got Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, many channels that you can get in touch with us through. So do speak to one of my colleagues. They know what they do. They really do. I've been blown away by their level of detail. So they will be able to definitely support you with that.
Excellent. That's really reassuring. Thank you. And to wrap up, a question for both of you. What's your top advice to prospective students who are looking to study in the UK this year? Kitty, I'll start with you.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I touched on it already, but I'd just say that the more you put in, the more you'll get out of your experience in the UK. So the more sort of clubs you join, the more people you meet, the more you access the career service when you're here, the more you'll benefit from your experience while you're in the UK and after you finish your studies. So just really throw yourself in. And I know that it's daunting to move to another country and study, but there is really a lot of support available to you to help you make the most out of it. So don't be afraid to sort of ask for help to really help you make the most of your experience in the UK.
Thanks, Kitty. Absolutely. And I think it says a lot about the audience today that they're doing their research, that they're even considering studying overseas. They're clearly an exciting bunch of people. So great credit to them. And Tiona, what would you say to the audience?
Yeah, I think I'd mirror Kitty's comment, and I would say do your research. There is a lot to go through. I was an international student myself. Fun fact, I came from Romania 11 years ago, so it's been great. I haven't left since. So, you know, there's a lot. It is overwhelming, but if you do plan ahead, you know, start about 6 months in advance, do your research, but also when you get here, just get immersed in everything. Like Kitty said, join your university's international students group and other clubs and societies. You will make great friends, and also speak to your lecturers as well. Don't be afraid of them. They will offer you a lot of advice, and they will be able to support you further in your careers. And, you know, I'm still friends with some of my lecturers that have helped me through, and, you know, they've helped me with references throughout my employment life. So yeah, do enjoy it, do your research, and yeah, just get immersed in it.
Oh, excellent advice. Thanks so much to both of you. So that's all we have time for today. We'll wrap up now, but thanks to our panel, to Tiona and Kitty, who've both provided great insight into the student experience and opportunities for you all as international students. So thanks to you both. And a big thank you as well to our audience today. We've been really engaged. So thanks for all your questions. Thanks for taking time out of your day. And please do check those links that we've shared with you, and do check FutureAbroad.live, which is where the recording of today's session will be appearing for you, and for more information there. You can also share it with your friends if they haven't managed to come today. And to our sponsor, Thanks very much to PTE for supporting with the English language requirements for those international students joining us today. So we hope to see you all at our next Future Abroad session in May, and we'll send out the details soon for you to learn more about study pathways in the UK. Thanks very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Myriad by UCAS is focused on enhancing the UK's competitive position in the global student market and supporting greater diversity among international students coming to the UK. Once an international student has signed up and logged in using a verified email or through their social media, they complete their profile, enabling the information they receive to be tailored to them. They can then immediately start searching for universities, postgraduate courses, potential scholarships and funding options, and even accommodation and jobs close to their prospective university campuses. A student can search by course, find out more about the universities listed, see what funding and scholarships may be available to them, then choose to save as a favourite or click to apply and be instantly connected to the university's website and application page for that postgraduate programme. Myriad are also working with select universities to roll out an advanced service, allowing students to apply for courses directly without ever leaving the app. Myriad by UCAS is a one-stop shop to support students throughout their postgraduate journey.